Average is easy because it does not demand much of you.
Average is safe because it rarely invites criticism.
Average is familiar because it feels like the default option for most people.
But average is also the silent killer of dreams, potential, and greatness. It convinces you that good enough is enough when in truth you were born for more than good enough. Comfort zones are decorated with safety, but behind those walls lies mediocrity that slowly eats away at ambition. Every person who ever built something extraordinary had to reject average and push into the unknown. They had to choose challenge over ease, growth over safety, and vision over convenience. The truth is, greatness is never given. It is claimed by those who refuse to accept the limits that average sets. Settling for less than what you are capable of is the greatest betrayal you can commit against yourself. Because every moment you choose average, you trade potential for regret.
And regret does not scream, it whispers quietly every day, reminding you of what could have been.
So today, we ask the question, will you settle for average, or will you demand more of yourself and create the extraordinary life you are meant to live? Part 1. The danger of average. Living an average life seems harmless at first. It feels secure, predictable, and stable. There is no chaos, no risk, and no overwhelming fear. But what you often fail to see is the invisible cost of staying there.
Average kills dreams, not by destroying them overnight, but by suffocating them slowly under layers of routine.
Average convinces you that comfort is the goal when comfort is really the cage. And once you step into that cage, it is difficult to see what lies outside it because your imagination shrinks to the size of your daily habits. This is why so many people wake up one day full of regret, realizing they lived the same year over and over again instead of living a life of progress. Average is not just a number or a statistic, it is a mindset. It whispers to you that being good enough is acceptable, even when deep inside, you know that you are capable of greatness. It keeps you comparing yourself to the people just behind you instead of the vision ahead of you. Average promises safety but delivers regret. And the harsh truth is, life will pass whether you choose greatness or mediocrity. The difference is that one path leads to fulfillment and legacy, while the other leaves you with quiet disappointment. Choosing average is like standing at the edge of a mountain and refusing to climb, not because you cannot, but because you convinced yourself the view from the bottom is enough. Part 2. Stories of those who refused. Average. Look at Elon Musk. A man who could have settled after PayPal made him wealthy beyond imagination. Instead, he risked his fortune on Tesla and SpaceX, ventures most people laughed at, calling them impossible. But Musk refused the limits of conventional thinking, and because he did, he reshaped industries and inspired the world. Or think about Serena Williams, who began with humble beginnings and dedicated her life to training, discipline, and relentless pursuit of excellence. She did not accept mediocrity as an option, and her refusal to settle made her one of the greatest athletes of all time. But greatness is not reserved only for billionaires or world champions. Everyday heroes also reject average. Teachers who stay late to help students succeed, small business owners who keep improving their craft, creators who work tirelessly to bring value into the world. All of them prove that excellence is not a gift, but a decision. These stories show us something clear. Extraordinary outcomes come from ordinary people who made the uncommon choice to demand more from themselves. Excellence is not a circumstance, it is a choice. And every day you either choose to settle or you choose to rise. Part 3. Understanding why we settle. If excellence is a choice, why do so many people still settle for average? The first reason is fear of failure. To step beyond average means you might stumble, embarrass yourself, or lose what feels safe. Most people would rather stay comfortable than risk failure, even if that comfort costs them their dreams. The second reason is comfort zones. They feel warm and safe, but they are also deceptive traps that convince you growth is unnecessary. The third reason is societal norms. From a young age, people are told to follow the expected path. Get the degree, find the job, settle into the routine. And while there is nothing wrong with structure, there is danger in blindly following a script that was never designed for your unique potential. Recognizing these traps is the first step to breaking them. You must be brutally honest with yourself and ask, am I settling because I am truly happy here? Or am I settling because I am afraid to step out? The difference between people who rise and people who stay stuck is not talent, it is awareness. Awareness of fear, awareness of complacency, and awareness of the invisible chains of societal expectation. Once you recognize these, you have the power to break free. Settling is easy because it feels safe, but excellence begins when you challenge that safety and lean into the unknown. Part 4. Building a mindset of excellence. Excellence is not an accident. It is a habit built daily through small decisions. One of the most powerful steps is committing to daily improvement. Aim to be just 1% better each day. Over time, those small gains compound into extraordinary results. The next step is raising your standards. Do not accept mediocre work from yourself, even if others applaud it. Push yourself to higher benchmarks, the kind that stretch you beyond your comfort. When you demand excellence from yourself, it becomes easier to demand it in every area of your life. Continuous learning is another pillar of excellence. The people who achieve greatness are the ones who never stop studying, training, and expanding their skills. They remain curious, adaptable, and open to new ideas.
Finally, surround yourself with excellence.
The people you spend time with will either challenge you to grow or comfort you into stagnation. Choose to be around those who push you forward, who inspire you to demand more, and who refuse to let you settle for average. Excellence is not a solo pursuit. It is a mindset shaped by your environment. Part 5. The role of discipline. Motivation is fleeting. It comes and goes depending on how you feel. But discipline is the engine that drives consistency, even on the days when you are tired, unmotivated, or uninspired. Discipline means committing to the actions that align with greatness, even when they are uncomfortable.
It means showing up when you would rather stay home, pushing forward when you would rather quit, and working on your vision when no one else is watching.
Discipline is the dividing line between those who settle and those who rise. Average people wait for motivation. Extraordinary people rely on discipline. They understand that consistency produces results far greater than bursts of temporary inspiration. Discipline also builds trust in yourself. Each time you follow through on a commitment, you reinforce the belief that you are capable of more. Each time you push past excuses and procrastination, you build the muscles of persistence. And over time, those small acts of discipline separate you from the crowd. Because doing what others will not do is what allows you to live the life others cannot. Part 6. Confronting fear and resistance. Choosing not to settle means you will face fear and resistance. Fear of criticism, because when you step out of line, people will always have something to say. Fear of rejection, because not everyone will believe in your vision or support your path. Fear of the unknown, because stepping beyond average means walking into uncertainty. But here is the truth. These fears are not signs that you are on the wrong path. They are signs that you are exactly where you need to be. Resistance will always show up when you are close to growth. It is the mind's way of testing whether you are serious about change. Every time fear whispers that you are not good enough or not ready, you have a choice. Listen and step back into mediocrity, or act and push forward into excellence. Courage is not the absence of fear, it is action despite fear. And the more you act, the weaker fear becomes. Over time, what once terrified you becomes normal, and your comfort zone expands. Fear is not the enemy, it is the doorway to extraordinary. Do not just exist, live. Do not just survive, thrive. Ordinary is safe, but extraordinary is worth it. Every day you settle for average, you trade possibility for regret. Every day you push for excellence, you trade fear for growth. The choice is yours. You can keep repeating the same patterns, or you can break free and demand more. Your future self will thank you for the discomfort you endure today. Excellence is not easy, but neither is regret. You are stronger than your excuses, bolder than your fears, and capable of more than you imagine. Stop waiting for permission, because permission will never come. Stop waiting for the perfect moment, because the perfect moment will never arrive. Start now, where you are, with what you have. Push harder, aim higher, live louder. Because average is crowded, but greatness has room for you. The world does not need another person settling, it needs another person rising.
Be that person.
Refuse to be average. And as you rise, inspire others to do the same. Greatness begins the moment you decide average is no longer acceptable. So if this message resonated with you, like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with someone who needs this reminder, because excellence spreads when we choose to spread it together.